Look who is leaning suspiciously against a lamppost. Stars Hollow's resident bad boy, Jess. Hey, I'm Bridgette and I'm back. Welcome to some of the new people around here. I appreciate you. If you want to consider subscribing, well, you have free will. I am trying to be more consistent over the next couple of months, but without further ado, let's just get straight into the messy recap. If you're out on the road. Headmaster Chilton decides that Rory needs to make some friends at school, and Rory isn't too happy about that. She ends up accidentally sitting with the Puffs, who are a secret sorority at Chilton, headed up by Francie. Paris wants in too. Headmaster Chilton also feels that Lorelai needs to participate more, so she joins the Booster Club and arranges a fashion show at the Independence Inn. She ropes in Emily when she finds out that she has to walk the runway, and Emily absolutely kills it. She also ropes in Luke to help build the catwalk, and the leader of the Booster Club, Ava, takes a liking to Luke. Lorelai gets jealous of this. The Puffs kidnap Rory in Paris as part of their initiation, and they break into the headmaster's office, get caught, and Rory lets the headmaster know she didn't want to be there in the first place. Lorelai interrogates Luke about his relationship status, even though she clearly does not want that man. So we start with Friday night dinner, so we already know it's going to be a mess. The new cook has prepared some food from her country. It kind of looks like Persian food to my eyes. But of course, Emily cannot be bothered to remember where the cook is actually from. And she just refers to the cook's country as one of those little ones next to Mexico.
Damn.
Oh, Emily girl. Still, it does genuinely look like the nicest food they've ever had at Friday night dinner. Richard is still not back.
What the hell?
Apparently, Richard is dealing with some work in Ohio, but it is giving estranged. I need you to come back, Richard. Also, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Lorelai's top again is a choice. A very bad one. I am now fully convinced that the stylist for the show hates Lorelai. Anyway, because Richard is currently miserable, Emily has found a way to make him feel better by commissioning an oil painting of Rory Gilmore.
Wow.
The obsession with that girl is real and continues. Rory, of course, agrees to sit for the painting, and though it has absolutely nothing to do with Lorelai, she has to throw in her 2 pence. So back at Luke's, and Lorelai is getting some solid business advice from Luke about the inn that she wants to open with Suki. It looks like Jess is back, but he hasn't spoken yet, so I'm hoping that's a reoccurring theme throughout the episode.
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to find it?
It does.
I spoke too soon because Jess does indeed speak. You know, just a casual bit of rudeness and attitude towards Luke before he hops off to school. At least he still appears to be earning his keep. So Luke asks Lorelai where the new inn is going to be, and Lorelai calls it the Rachel property, reminding Luke again that his ex left him. Why am I not surprised that Lorelai's put her foot in it again?
Oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
Also, Luke mentions to Lorelai that she should expense the meal that they've just had as a business expense, and Lorelai lets us know that she had no intention of paying for that meal anyway.
Wait a damn minute.
Free business advice and a free meal. The audacity. Luke, I'm going to need you to start treating Lorelai like a normal citizen and not your wifey. So Lorelai and Suki are mulling over names for the new inn, and Michelle is giving bitter. He's letting them know that they are entering into a money pit. Michelle, I love you, but the sulking ain't it. You giving jealousy, I would hate that for you. You're far too fabulous for that. Leave that to Lorelai. He hands them some documents that he's been given, and it turns out that these documents contain information about who owns the title deeds for the property that they want. Meanwhile, this from Suki.
It's the title search for the Rachel property. And guess who owns it?
Tell me it's not that bastard Donald Trump.
You thought him being a terrible business tycoon was as far as it was gonna go. Just you wait.
No!
Anyway, it turns out the deeds are owned by Fran, the cupcake lady. The cupcake lady whose time and baking efforts Lorelai wasted in episode 3. Remember when Lorelai pretended she needed a wedding cake when she knew full well that Suki was making it and then didn't even get married in the first place, but was eating all of Fran's baked goods? That Fran. Now, if I was Fran...
Now I enter.
I'm just saying. Also, Suki keeps coming up with names for the inn, and although some of them are not great, I do not appreciate Lorelai's dismissive tone.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Taylor. He walks into a crime scene right outside Dosey's. I have a feeling I know who did this, and I can't lie, it's kind of funny. So Suki is late for her meeting with Lorelai, but in her defense, she was working, something that Lorelai doesn't appear to do a lot of. So honestly, whatever. Side note, Fran's cardigan is wonderful. Lorelai, take note, because yet again... So Fran's been having trouble with her hips and obviously the girls don't care. They just want to get straight to business. They let her know they want to buy the Dragonfly Inn.
That means so much. Like, we have your blessing.
But I can't sell you the property.
What?
I guess it's payback time.
It's what she deserves.
Fran is like, I have no descendants and therefore I want to keep it in the family. The family being me.
I'm the last Weston left, so I plan to own it forever.
Forever?
Forever and ever.
The girls look crestfallen, and of course, I do feel a little bit sorry for them, particularly Suki. Lorelai, ever the empath, wants to know what happens if Fran dies soon. And now I'm wondering if Lorelai's going to be the one that gets Fran to meet her maker earlier than anticipated. All I'm saying is if Fran kicks the bucket, the first place the police need to go is the Gilmore girls' house. And failing that, Luke's, where she's bound to be, stalking.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Lane, looking adorable in double denim. Meanwhile, Taylor is losing the plot. So the police have been called because Taylor thinks a murder has taken place right in front of his store, but the police are adamant that no such crime occurred. Dean is also at the crime scene, looking too tall as usual. When you're that tall, it is customary to step back, fall back so other people can see, like this guy on the steps behind. So the police confirm it is indeed a hoax, and look who is leaning suspiciously against a lamppost. Stars Hollow's resident bad boy Jess, and Rory clocks him. Another day, another hot sous chef slay. So now Rory is working away at the Independence Inn, and Suki is cooking, working away, and Lorelai's drinking tea. Suki and Lorelai are still plotting Fran's death. When Michelle comes into the kitchen and lets them know that the boss of the entire inn is there, Mia. The way she greets the Gilmore girls is a little bit much. She's also giving me Liza Minnelli vibes. Mia, like everybody else, is obsessed with the Gilmore girls.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
And she's also giving xenophobe at best and racist at worst. Because what do you mean you don't understand a word that Michelle is saying?
I'm sorry, honey, I didn't catch a word of that.
He said he missed you.
You've been in the U.S. quite some time, Michelle. Your enunciation really should be better by now.
Absolutely not, Mia.
Don't do it.
You think you're going to do Michelle like that and get away with it?
Not on my watch.
Maybe, just maybe, she's teasing him for bants. But if for any reason she isn't, it's an absolute no from me on Mia. So they head to the diner where, honestly, Luke acts like Mia is a long-lost member of his family. And I'm annoyed.
No, thanks. Please. No, thanks.
But Luke seems to like her, so I guess if he likes it, I love it. Luke introduces Mia to Jess, who's wearing a horrendous top, and in true Jess fashion, he dips. It turns out that Mia has known Luke for years and years, and she regales the Gilmore girls with stories of Luke's childhood, which I find irksome. Apparently, Luke used to be a skater boy and wear Star Trek t-shirts, which obviously amuses the Gilmore girls no end. And it's like, Mia...
Shut up. Shut up.
Honestly, Luke being a Trekkie endears me to him even more. So Taylor bursts through the diner doors and accuses Jess of being the one who created the whole fake crime scene. And Luke is not having any of it. Now, I can't be sure if that's because he doesn't want to believe that Jess did it or if he just doesn't want to entertain Taylor's nonsense. I assume it's the latter. Mia is loving the drama and then gives us a little bit of lore about how she came to know the Gilmore girls. So when Lorelai was a preggo 16-year-old, she came to Mia and asked for a job. No qualifications, no experience, but of course, Mia gives her the job. I know people with several degrees and PhDs who cannot even enter the job market now. But the problem with them is they are simply not Lorelai Gilmore. Mia basically says that Lorelai has done a phenomenal job of running the inn. And again, I'd like to see evidence of some of this so-called work that Lorelai apparently does. Lorelai and Rory seem embarrassed by the fact that Mia is going on and on about their achievements, presumably because they know damn well that Lorelai is about to open a rival inn as she sips from her cup of nothing.
Nothing! In all the excitement, I hadn't thought about telling Mia what is wrong with me.
My thoughts exactly.
It's actually crazy wild to think that you would forget to tell your employer that you are opening a rival inn down the road. But this is from a woman who dated her child's teacher and effectively left him at the altar. So are we really surprised?
No,
No, not really.
Meanwhile, Emily is vexed because Rory is refusing to sit properly for this oil painting. The pose is ludicrous. For all the will in the world, I don't even think I could hold this pose for 30 seconds. But that says more about me. After a little pep talk from Lorelai, Emily does agree to lose the swan and have Rory pose in a way that's more appropriate. Whilst Lorelai is still working out how she's going to tell Mia the news, Mia walks in and is being offensive and rude to Michelle again.
Hell no!
Guess who's back? Back again.
The Dry Town meeting. Now, do you remember that episode where Paris told Rory that the newspaper meeting started at a certain time when in fact it was about half an hour earlier and Rory showed up effectively late? Well, Taylor and the townsfolk do the exact same thing to Luke.
Psych!
Luke wasn't invited to the town's meeting because of Jess. Nobody can stand that boy. The entire town sees Jess as a problem, including this woman who is asleep. I mean, he has been stealing random shit from the townsfolk and generally causing havoc. The newsstand guy, who we now know is called Bootsy, is wearing a very interesting ensemble. It's giving Gap Year on the top. Anyway, it appears that Luke and Bootsy have some sort of historical rivalry dating all the way back to when they were kids. I don't like that the whole town is turning on Luke because of Jess. But my man, Luke stands his ground and lets the town know he's lived here his whole life and he will deal with Jess in the way that he sees fit. Tell him. And I have to hand it to Lorelai. She stands up and advocates for Luke. It's about time because Luke has done a lot for Lorelai, but we appreciate it. So Luke leaves the meeting in a huff, and this from Bootsy.
His turkey burgers are very dry.
Shame!
Mia, meanwhile, is having the time of her life because her own real life is clearly dry. Rory goes off to meet Dean and Lorelai finally decides to tell Mia about her opening her inn. Mia takes the news remarkably well. Maybe it's because she secretly knows that Lorelai has not lifted a finger in 2 seasons at that inn. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, Mia is low-key gassed because she actually wants to sell the Independence Inn anyway and just go on about her business. So Mia's like, when can you leave? 10 minutes or... Lorelai looks a bit shell-shocked at that reaction. So back at the Independence Inn and Lorelai is still reeling over the fact that Mia wants to sell the inn even though she wants to leave and start her own inn.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
As usual, Lorelai wants it all. She's pissed because Mia wants to go and live her best life and she's worried that the Independence Inn is going to be sold to a big corporation and it will no longer have its charm. And to that I say,
It's none of your business.
Why can't this woman ever be satisfied with what she has? Suki, on the other hand, is really happy that they're moving forward with their plans. And Lorelai has a go at Suki.
I think you're a sick woman. To do something like that is sick.
She is a living nightmare. You just can't win with her. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Lest we forget Max Medina. Now she's arguing with Suki about hypotheticals and what happens if they don't even get the inn from Fran. If I was Suki, I would run. Then she accuses Suki of being late and unreliable.
Are you okay?
No wonder this bitch only has one friend. I'm just letting you know that if Lorelai does not by the end of this episode, she isn't even going to make it onto the character analysis chart. So Rory accompanies Dean to go pick up his check from Dosey's, and guess who pops out from the shadows? Jess. Rory immediately gives Jess the cold shoulder. She doesn't like the fact that Jess is allowing Luke to bear the brunt of the town's disdain because of all his shenanigans. And honestly, I don't disagree. He walks away, but Rory calls after him and she definitely likes him and he definitely likes her. He seems to care what she thinks about him. And he seems to actually care that Luke has been in the shit because of his bad behavior. Okay, the ice has thawed. I am slightly warming to Jess.
It's unbelievable.
It's a miracle.
Very slightly. He is seemingly remorseful, but I'm going to need him to show it in his actions. He clearly wants to impress Rory, however, and wants to know if she found the chalk gag funny at least, when out comes taller than his socially acceptable Dean.
Okay.
Jess seems less than impressed that Rory did not declare that she had a boyfriend. But in her defense, pray tell when would have been an appropriate time to let you know that? Y'all aren't friends. If she had dropped it in casually, he would have been like, why are you telling me?
That's a you problem.
So Friday night dinner and Lorelai is still behaving like a petulant child and wearing another frilly shirt. That's 3 in a row now. Emily's wearing royal blue to indicate her royal status as Queen Emily. She ushers the girls into the office for the unveiling of Rory's portrait. Moving on. Emily's trying to garner some enthusiasm from Lorelai, but she's not having a bar of it. However, she does clock immediately that she is being a massive bitch, and she immediately goes to find Emily to eat humble pie. Emily says that Lorelai can be really harsh sometimes, and you know, I'll be real. I can see where she gets some of it from. And it is you, Miss Emily. I still love you, girl. She lets Emily know that she had a fight with Suki.
Lies, lies, and more lies. And lies on top of lies.
I wouldn't call it a fight. I would say that Lorelai attacked Suki for no good reason. Anyway, her reasoning for it is that she got super overwhelmed by the idea that the Independence Inn would be sold, the place where she raised Rory, yada, yada. And Mia, who helped her out, would no longer be around, yada, yada. Emily seems really hurt by that admission. Luke comes over to the Gilmore girls' house to do yet more unpaid labour for Lorelai.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
He lets her know that he saw Suki earlier and that she was super awkward about her and Lorelai lets him know that they had a fight. Again, it was not a fight. It was an unmitigated, unwarranted attack. Luke doesn't get what Lorelai's problem is because he really believes in Lorelai. He's so sweet. Lorelai maintains that the only reason she is good at things is because she has to be. And I sort of kind of relate to her on that.
And I've decided that I want to die.
She says she's scared to take the leap to the new inn. And Luke's like, okay, we'll stay at the Independence Inn then. Reverse psychology much. And then she confides in Luke that she's scared of Mia selling the inn because the inn means so much to her and her memories of the past. And Lorelai admits that she's scared of Mia selling the inn because it still feels like home to her. Girl. Let it go, let it go. Look, I get it, and I do have empathy for her, but I'm still reeling from the way she spoke to Suki earlier. Luke is such a great friend, and he lets her know that in life, you just gotta make the jump.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
So Lorelai heads into work in another insane shirt and apologises to Suki. If you're going to apologise, at least be wearing the correct attire. But I digress, at least she apologises. Suki is so sweet and agrees to still go into business with Lorelai, provided that she promises not to freak out again. Chance will be a fine thing. And then Emily shows up to meet Mia, the woman who helped raise her daughter. Mia wants to have tea with Emily and Emily's like, absolutely not. I'm good on that.
When Lorelai showed up on my porch that day with a tiny baby in her arms, I thought to myself, what if this were my daughter? And she was cold and scared and needed a place to live.
Not little orphan Annie now. Mia seems to be in a different show entirely. It's giving soap opera realness. They are acting like she really was homeless, bedraggled on the street fighting for her life. Straight out of Compton. Anyway, Miss Emily is not here for any of Mia's shenanigans. She's like, well, I wish Lorelai had met someone who would have just sent her home.
You better catch that dirt.
Now, obviously I understand that would not have been Mia's call to make, but because she was super rude to Michelle...
We do not care.
As Emily is leaving the inn, she asks Mia for pictures of the girls from that time and oh, my heart breaks. So back at Luke's and Rory is demanding her toast from Luke. Luke lets her know that the toast is broken, but it turns out Jess has fixed it. Look, if he wants to be nice and respectful to Luke and start acting correct, I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm warming to Jess. About that much. He is kind of cute, and I do think him and Rory would be good together, but unfortunately she would have to get rid of Dean first. And that boy seems tough to get rid of. She tried once. Right, so Rory, up you come. You didn't really do anything to irritate me today, so small miracles. And you managed to get Jess to feel remorseful toward Luke. Lorelai, though you apologise, come on down, because what the hell did you think you were doing speaking to Suki like that? Emily, stay where you are. You tried to do a nice thing for Richard with the weird oil painting, and then you were attacked by Lorelai for no reason, and you kept your cool. Good job, mama. Luke, up you come. Such a great friend to Lorelai, and you stuck up for your nephew too against the Raging Stars Hollow townsfolk. Jess, you get off the starting block. Even though you were causing havoc, you were kind of funny, and I love that you fixed Luke's toaster. You clearly like Rory, but seeing as everyone else does, I guess that's not your fault. Mia, it's an absolute no from me. Yeah, I get you helped the Gilmore girls, but put some respect on Michelle's name. And that's that! Lorelai got on my last good nerve in this episode, as did Mia. But the biggest surprise was Jess actually acting like a decent human being. Let's see how long he can keep it up for. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!